Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Botany Tutorials. In the previous video, I am discussed about vegetative characters of Capparidaceae. In this session, we will discuss floral characters. Okay. In the floral characters, first one is inflorescence. Inflorescence. What is inflorescence? Arrangement of flowers on the peduncle or inflorescence axis. That is called inflorescence. Generally, inflorescence in Capparidaceae is raceme or corymb. Raceme inflorescence is found in cleome and corymb inflorescence is found in Creteva religiosa, Merua, Capparidaceae and Cleome gynandra. What is racemose inflorescence and what is corymb inflorescence? Racemose inflorescence means inflorescence axis shows continuous growth. On the either side of the inflorescence, flowers are present. Number of pedicellate flowers are present. Such inflorescence is called racemose inflorescence. And what is corymb inflorescence? In corymb inflorescence also, inflorescence axis shows continuous growth and number of flowers are present on the inflorescence axis. But lower flowers have long pedicels and upper flowers have short pedicels, so that all the flowers brought into same height. Such inflorescence is called corymb inflorescence. It is found in Merua, Capparidaceae and Cleome gynandra. Cleome gynandra. In these plants, this type of inflorescence is seen. Next, coming to floral characters. In the floral characters, first one is flower. Flower. Coming to flower, flower is bracteate. What is bracteate? This is a flower. This flower have bract. Such flower is called bracteate. Ebracteolate. Bracteoles are absent. Next, flowers contain pedicel, so that they are called pedicellate. Here you can also observe the pedicel in the diagram. This is pedicel. Next, actinomorphic. Flowers are actinomorphic. We can cut the flower into two equal halves in any plane. Such flowers are called actinomorphic. Sometimes flowers are zygomorphic. Zygomorphic flowers are seen in Capparidaceae. Capparidaceae. Next, flowers are hermaphrodite. That means bisexual. Both androecium and gynoecium. This is androecium and this is gynoecium. Both sex organs are present in the same flower, so that they are called bisexual flowers. Next, hypogynous flowers. Flowers are hypogynous. That means thalamus is generally conical shaped. On the conical shaped thalamus, gynoecium is present. That flower is called hypogynous flower. Next, flowers are tetramerous. Tetramerous means 4 sepals and 4 petals are present. In Cleome gynandra, otherwise it is called Gynandrapsis, both androphore and gynophore is present. What is androphore and what is gynophore? We have to know the definition of gynophore and androphore. First, coming to androphore. See in the picture or observe in the diagram, this is sepal. Sepals means calyx. Calyx comprises sepals. This is androecium. Androecium comprises stamens. In between the sepals and androecium, there is a stalk-like structure or a disc-like structure is present. This disc-like structure is called androphore. Once again I am repeating. In between calyx and androecium, these are petals. Actually, these are petals. In between corolla and androecium. In between corolla and androecium, there is a stalk-like or disc-like structure is present. It is called androphore. Next, coming to gynophore. between androecium and gynoecium, in between androecium and gynoecium, a disc-like structure is present. This disc-like structure is called gynophore. Gynophore. In some plants like Cleome gynandra, both androphore and gynophore are present. Such condition is called gynandrophorous condition. Gynandrophore, and that means gynophore and androphore, both structures are present. Such flowers are called gynandrophorous flowers. Okay, are you understanding? Next, coming to floral parts. Floral parts. The outermost wall of flower is called calyx. Calyx is the outermost wall. Calyx comprises mainly 4 sepals. 4 sepals. In some plants, these 4 sepals are arranged in 2 whorls. 2 whorls. Each whorl contains 2 sepals. In one whorl, 2 sepals are present, and another whorl, 2 sepals are present. And they are polysepalous. That means they are free. They are not fused. Next, aestivation is imbricate. Imbricate aestivation. Next, second whorl of the flower is corolla. Corolla comprises 4 petals. Petals are 4 in number. They are polypetalous. Polypetalous means they are free without fused. Next, aestivation is imbricate or valvate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation is seen in Cleome species, and valvate aestivation is mainly found in Creteva religiosa. Okay, are you understanding? Next, coming to androecium. Coming to androecium. Androecium is the third whorl of flower. Stamens are generally numerous to 4. Number of stamens are varies in this family from species to species. In one species, numerous stamens are present. In another species, 6 stamens are present. In another species, 4 stamens are present. See here, in Capparidaceae and Creteva, there are numerous stamens. Numerous, many stamens are present in Capparidaceae and Creteva religiosa. Coming to Cleome gynandra, only 6 stamens are present. Only 6 stamens are present. And in Cleome tetrandra, only 4 stamens are present. In Cleome spinosa comprises 6 stamens. 6 stamens. And anthers are dithecous and basifixed. Dithecous means 2 lobes are present in the anther, and filament is attached at the base of the anther, so that it is called basifixed. And stamens are intrors. They are remain enclosed in the corolla. Stamens are remain enclosed in corolla, so that they are not exposed to outer environment. Next, longitudinal dehiscence. They splits longitudinally. Stamen splits, anther splits longitudinally. This is about androecium. Next one is fourth whorl. Fourth whorl and innermost whorl of the flower is gynoecium. Gynoecium comprises 2 carpels. That means bicarpellary, syncarpous, superior ovary. Carpels are generally 2 in number. That's why it is called bicarpellary ovary. Next, syncarpous ovary. They are fused. Carpels are fused. That's why it is called syncarpous ovary. Ovary is superior. Next, unilocular. Actually, it is unilocular, but in some species a false septum is developed, so that it appeared to be 4 locules. Sorry, 2 locules. 2 locules and 4 carpels. In that case, 4 carpels are found in the gynoecium. Once again I am repeating, in some plants what happens, in the bicarpellary gynoecium a false septum is developed. Due to that, the gynoecium appeared to be 4 locules, 4 carpels and 2 locules, that contain 2 locules and 4 carpels. This false septum is called rheplum. It is called rheplum. Okay, this rheplum will ask in competitive exams. In the family Capparidaceae, in the gynoecium a false septum is developed. This false septum is called rheplum. Due to the development of this false septum, the ovaries appear to be 4 carpels and 2 locules. Okay, next, ovules are many. Number of ovules are present on the placentum. Actually, placentation is parietal placentation. That means where the carpels are fused, their placenta is present. That means this is a carpel and this is another carpel. These 2 carpels are fused on their margins. On the fused margins, placenta is developed. On the placenta, ovules are present. Such placentation is called marginal placentation, parietal placentation. Okay, next one, style is short and stigma is capitate. Style is short and stigma is capitate. Next, coming to pollination. Pollination takes place with the help of insects, so it is called entomophilous. Next, coming to fruit. Fruit is siliqua. What is siliqua? You see here in the Cleome gynandra. In the Cleome gynandra plant, the fruit is narrow and long. This is narrow and long fruit. It is developed from bicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary. In this fruit, a false septum is developed. That false septum is called rheplum. On the rheplum, number of seeds are fused. Seeds are present on the rheplum, and pericarp is splits from base to apex. This is pericarp. This pericarp splits from base to apex. Such fruit is called siliqua. Otherwise, berry fruit also found in Capparidaceae. Next, seeds. Coming to seed. Seeds are generally exalbuminous. That means non-endospermic. Embryo is curved. Next, coming to floral formula. Here, bract is absent. See here, floral diagram. In the floral diagram, bract is absent, so that it is called ebracteate, EBR. And bracteoles are absent. Bracteoles are not there in the floral diagram, so that it is called EBRL. EBRL means ebracteolate. Next, flower is actinomorphic. Actinomorphic is indicated with plus mark. Next, bisexual. Both androecium and gynoecium are present. K means calyx, 2 plus 2. They are arranged in 2 holes. One hole contains 2 sepals and another hole contains 2 sepals. Next, corolla. Corolla comprises 4 petals. 4 petals. They are free. Next, androecium. There varies. Generally 4 to 6 stamens are found in Cleome gynandra. Otherwise, they are infinity. Next, gynoecium. Gynoecium is bicarpellary syncarpous, so that we put bracket to 2. We put bracket to 2. Next, superior ovary. Because of superior ovary, we put a line below the G. G means gynoecium. Okay, this is about floral formula. This all about floral characters of Capparidaceae family. In the next video, I will explain economic importance of Capparidaceae family. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, share to all your friends and all other degree students. Thank you for watching.